Hi everyone, my name is Stella and this is the channel where I'm trying to figure out how to be more sustainable and still enjoy life. Because being sustainable is actually being sustainable long term, and the only way we can do it to be sustainable long term if we actually adopt the habits that are realistic. And today's video is exactly about these realistic habits. We all know that there are a bunch of videos that focus on green lifestyle, eco-friendly habits, I don't know, like being sustainable, that focuses on buying things that gonna make you a sustainable person. Buy this water bottle, buy this, I don't know, cutlery, buy this lunchbox and everything is 40 or 50 bucks, or even buy this expensive $100 zero waste, I don't know, shave razor so you can be sustainable. And most of the people, like, they get pissed. They're like, how I'm supposed to be sustainable if to buy a sustainable, starter kit, I need to spend money. It just defeats the purpose. So in today's video, I'm gonna list you actually 7 very simple, very basic habits, the habits you can do already now, just after you finish watching this video, that don't require any money, that are not connected to buying anything, and the habits that are actually more important for you to implement the green, lifestyle than actually buying a fancy, I don't know, water bottle. Think of your daily routines, and if you replace some daily routines that happen to you every day with more sustainable other routines, that's going to be very good long term. So what are those easy, simple, not requiring any money habits? For example, the number one thing that everyone does, we brush our teeth. Most people are brushing our teeth at least once a day. Some people do it even twice. And what most of zero waste people would tell you, oh, buy this expensive like tablets instead of toothpaste, or buy this fancy bamboo toothbrush and stuff like that. But actually, before even buying those fancy things to brush your teeth in a more zero waste, there is a simple thing that you can change that's even more important. Most people, at least here in North America, and I mean in other countries too, maybe except Germany, when they brush their teeth, what they do, they open the tap, the water is running, they're like, water their brush, then they brush their teeth and the water keeps running while they're doing it. So ask yourself, when you're brushing your teeth, is your water running or not? Because technically after you wet your toothbrush, turn off the water, like when you're washing your hands, so don't leave the water running. Actually the water, the drinking water, the tap water is actually quite precious. There are some places on our planet that actually have no access to drinking water or no access to clean water, and for us wasting it a little bit not sustainable. So a simple habit like that, just notice every time you're using water, I don't know, you're washing your hands, turn on the tap, water your hands, then you need to soap them, turn off the tap, soap. The same, you're washing dishes, like the way how I wash dishes, like while I'm soaping the dishes, I don't run the tap water. So always think of it like you take a shower. Let's say if you need to soap or lather your head with the shampoo, don't keep the shower running. So the less water you use, the more greener is your lifestyle. So it's a simple habit. I mean, it's simple in terms of everyone can do it. Maybe it's not that simple because you need to pay attention and have some effort to keep reminding yourself to do it, but that's a great habit. This habit can be implemented by anyone. Doesn't matter, you can be a kid, you can be a student, you can be a low income individual. Everyone can save water while brushing teeth. Obviously for some people it might be not a priority, but if you want to adopt a greener lifestyle without spending money, that's the first thing you should do. Second, let's talk about laundry. Depends on your situation. Some people have a washing machine at home, some people have to use the laundromat, some people, like here in America, if you live in an apartment, you have like a laundry room. So every time when you do your laundry, there are ways to do it more sustainable or less sustainable. These are the few things you can do to be a little bit more sustainable. Thing number 1, choose the cold water to do your laundry. Unless you have some, like, I don't know, dirty rugs that are hard to wash, most of the time you're okay with washing with cold water. It's good because you don't need extra energy to heat up the water, and second, it's good because for the fabrics, it's actually better to be washed in the cold water. They're gonna last longer, your clothes gonna last longer, it's like less wear and tear for your clothes. Second, don't wash things too often. Most people are doing laundry too often. Like, let's say like today I'm gonna be wearing this shirt and then tomorrow I'm gonna wash it. No, I don't need to wash it every day. Okay, maybe t-shirts, some things, like sometimes, you might get too sweaty because you're moving too much, or like you have some BO, so you need to wash it more often. Think more sustainably what things you don't need to wash as often. Also, I know some people who own a washing machine at home, they would like only wash few items. Let's say like I did some fitness, I have my let's say my pants and my sport bra, and I would just throw it in the washing machine and just wash 2 pieces. boxes. Don't do this. You're wasting energy, you're wasting water, you're wasting laundry detergent. Also, if you're doing washing and your laundry, if you have a bunch of stuff, if you can separate whites and blacks, it's also better because you can actually help the like fabrics and clothes to last longer. So even like these little habits like that, I mean, I understand it's super boring habits, but that's how you can be more sustainable. There are even more advanced things, but since they require sometimes investing into better laundry detergent, like more natural one, or like buying the guppy bags, like little bags that avoid microplastic. I'm not going to be mentioning it in this video, but you can even go more advanced. But I would say like first go with the basic things and then do more advanced stuff. Number 3, let's say you own a car. I mean, if you live in North America, unless you live in a big city like New York or maybe downtown San Francisco or whatever, I don't know, other downtowns you live, you probably own a car. What is the most sustainable habits? Not buying electric car because that's not affordable or not feasible for everyone. Let's say if you live in an apartment, you have nowhere to charge it. The most horrible habit that some people have, let's say you go to supermarket, you arrived at the parking, and let's say like while you are driving, you received a text message from your friend. So you arrived at the parking, you don't turn off your engine and you start like fiddling with your phone. Or let's say you already did your shopping, you got in the car, you turned your engine on, and then like, oh, let me put the navigation on. So you are not driving, you're sitting in the parking, or maybe you're sitting in a garage or somewhere else and your engine is on. Unless you are somewhere where it's like, I don't know, like plus 100 Fahrenheit or plus 40 degrees Celsius and super hot and you need to run AC, unless it's that situation, or you are minus 20 or whatever, 0 Fahrenheit. So unless, you need to run the heater or AC and you can't just, get away with just sitting in the car or like putting the window down, don't run the engine in your car if you're not driving. That's the worst thing that some people do. Sometimes I see people sitting in the parking lot for 5 minutes and their engine is on. And I almost feel like, okay, maybe 10 years more, I can play a Karen that's going to be knock on somebody's windows. I'm like, could you please turn that engine off because the environment is suffering? Okay, maybe that's not Karen, it's more like Gertruda, but anyways, I'm sorry for this weird meme. Anyway, don't use your engine if you're not driving. Okay, next one is my favorite. Most people I know, they are neglecting their mailboxes. And I'm talking about email, like your electronic mail. Most of the people, they probably created their mailbox when they were like, I don't know, 20 years ago or 30 years ago. And most of the people, when they receive spam in their email, they receive like newsletters, like some offers from other companies. People just, they just look through their email, read the ones they want to read and just leave everything in the box. Because what do we think? We think like, oh, it's email, it's virtual, it's non-existing, it's not taking anything, it's not taking space, it's not taking... People use free email and so people don't delete their mails. And you would ask me, Stella, what does it has to do with sustainability, deleting your emails? Let me tell you. Most people don't understand that running email service, no matter if you're paying for it or if it's free, requires lots of resources. Email is not virtual. Your email is stored on the server. That server, it's a physical... Okay, let me put some videos of, server rooms so you understand. It's a huge warehouses full of computers, and those computers, they require energy, they require maintenance, they pollute with electricity, like dirty electricity or something like that was the name. There is lots of resources needed to run the server. And imagine if you had your email for even 5 years and you didn't delete old emails like newsletters and other crap that you don't need. That stuff takes space and basically takes a toll on the environment. What I did once, because I didn't want obviously to go through all the emails that I had in years and years before, I just went to, I used to have Gmail before, now I don't, but when I had my Gmail, I just went and deleted every mail that is older than 2015, because I was doing it 2017. So I was like, okay, for the last 2 years, I'm gonna keep emails, the rest I deleted. Did I regret it? Yeah, once I regret, I was like, oh, if I had those emails from 2009, I could have checked when this and that happened. But to be honest, it only happened once and it's not that important. What I do now, I specifically pay for my email and I have a limited that amount of my mailbox. And if I fill it in, I will have to pay more. I'm not looking into paying more, and it's actually good motivation for me to keep my email clean. Now I practice a thing that's called a zero inbox. So every time I receive a mail, I delete everything, maybe even like not 80, maybe even 95% of emails I delete, and I only keep the ones that I need. You know, like, okay, if it's some receipts that I need for taxes or like some important information, like some important links, I keep it. All the newsletters, actually newsletters, I don't even receive them because I unsubscribe from every newsletter that's sent to my mailbox. I unsubscribe from everything. I delete every email. Like, let's say I sign up for a service and you know, they send you welcome, like, hello Stella, thank you for using our service. I'm like, delete. Or like my friend is texting me like, oh, thank you for doing this. I'm like, delete. Because I don't need to keep this email. I only keep the emails if I need to come back to this information. The rest, I just delete everything. I don't know, I barely have any emails in my mailbox, and I encourage you to do so. Easy? Okay, that's not an easy way. It takes some time, and I will say not time, like some discipline to do it, but this is the simplest way to be more sustainable. Don't keep those freaking emails and don't take up the server space and electricity and stuff like that. Okay, next one. Very simple. Lots of people still don't use it. Choose secondhand items. You don't need to buy everything secondhand, but if you are not buying things secondhand yet, at least choose one category. Let's say you're like into books. Don't buy new books. Go to the websites like Alibris or like Better World Books. You can buy books there. I don't know, anything. Like, I have the whole video. Actually, I have two videos. First is the reasons why I buy secondhand. If you need more reasoning, listen to this video, watch it. You will probably get more motivated. And second, I have a video where exactly I buy things secondhand, and I talk about things where I buy gadgets, where I buy clothes, where I buy other things. Go watch those videos. I will link them down below. You don't need important thing like buying things secondhand. It's not only gonna make you more sustainable, it's actually gonna make you save some money. And I know some people don't like used stuff. Like, obviously, like if I buy, like, let's say I buy a shirt, this one is actually used to be secondhand, but you don't like to wear things that already have some wear and tear. You can start with buying new things that are secondhand. So for example, if you go to some website, you can always type in NWT, which means new with tags. So somebody's selling something that's technically new, so nobody has used it before you. It still has tags, but first of all, you're gonna get less price, and second, this item is, you know, it's more sustainable. Some people ask like, how secondhand stuff things are more sustainable. The problem in our current world is that we have overconsumption. We produce more things that we actually need. Lots of people only use items like for a short period of time, or sometimes don't even use it. Lots of, especially ladies, but not only ladies, buy clothes, put them in their closet, and sometimes never wear it. I don't know, there are people who literally, if they open their closet, they have items with tags, and they probably bought these items a while ago. So when these people do decluttering, they tend to resell those items. So you can buy a new with tags item for less price, and you can actually help this item, because if you don't buy it and nobody else buys this item, this person will just throw it and this thing will go to the landfill. So overproduction and increasing amount of landfill, amount of garbage, that can be fought with buying things secondhand, and you're gonna save so much money. And I buy everything, like my phone, even sometimes the phone cases I buy secondhand. For example, I really like the Pella phone cases. Unfortunately, this one is not Pella because for this phone they didn't have a Pella case. The Pella case is $40. That's a lot. But I never bought a new one. I always bought it from Mercari. I will link this website below. It's my favorite secondhand website. And I would pay only like $10 or $15 for a, you know, good, high quality, sustainable brand of a phone case instead of paying full. Next one. This one is a little bit tricky, but still. Avoid free items. What do I mean by free items? Obviously, if you, let's say, like you go and buy like a bag of, I don't know, pasta, and it says like 2 for 1, you know, you only pay for one and get second extra, get second for free, obviously get it if you're gonna eat that pasta. I'm talking about free items, like let's say I decide to participate in some workshop, and then to each participant they give you stickers, they give you merch, like free pants, free t-shirts and other stuff. And for example, I know personally I don't use those cheap free merch pants. I never wear those free t-shirts that that, you know, like when you just participate in the event and then they give you, I don't know, size XL crappy polyester t-shirt, I'm never gonna wear it. I refuse that stuff. If I go to some seminar or like, you know, like educational, I don't know, whatever, offline event, and they give me like free, like, I don't know, notebooks or books or anything, I ask myself, am I gonna use it? And most of the time I know I am not, and I refuse it. Even like, let's say we go like to the national parks. Every time you pass the entrance to the national park, they give you a free map. Every time they try to give me this map, I'm like, no, I don't need no printed maps. I don't want to waste paper and printing and what God knows what trees, because I have my map. So me personally, I use you know, offline maps like Gaia GPS. Every time you get something that you, especially when it's free, because you think, it's free, I just take it. Ask yourself, do I really need it? Maybe I don't need it. Then refuse it. I am not trying to say like, oh, just avoid it even if you need. Yeah, sometimes if you're gonna use it, take it. But if you know deep down in your heart you're not gonna use it, just refuse it, please, because it also helps fighting the overproduction of things that gonna end up in the landfill. And last but not least, although I said in the beginning of the video I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna give you a tip like buy a water bottle, but I guess I will give you this tip. I'm sorry, but I don't know why, but in some countries, and America is one of those, people still buy bottled water. I understand when I lived in Indonesia and I would order bottled water, not the bottle, I would buy those huge, you know, like 5-gallon jugs, because you can't drink from the tap because you're gonna get something, I don't know, you're gonna get sick stomach. But in countries like America, North America, or even in Europe, most of the time you can drink tap water. Okay, if you feel like, oh, it's not the best quality, just get a filter, you know, buy a filter and filter your own water. That's what we do at home. But buying bottled water is a waste of money, because the quality of most bottled water is lower than your tap water. If you're thinking like, oh, I just buy bottled water because it's better quality, no. If I find this research, I will link it down below, where they say that the quality of bottled water is like, it's horrible. You just not only paying money for like something you can get for free, but you're actually paying money for something that's worse than what you can get. Buy filter, choose yours. Like there are like zero waste filters like charcoal. There are less zero waste options like zero water, Brita. Choose yours, like do your research which one fits you most, but or even install a filter if you live in your own home. But this is like number one thing to do, like bring your water bottle. And again, you don't need to buy a water bottle. For example, my husband, even I bought him a nice water bottle like this, but he doesn't like it. That's why I use it now to store my hot water for my tea. He just took a regular bottle. This one was from Frank's sauce. You just remove the, you know, the sticker, put a cap on, and you can drink it. That's your bottle. Especially like, okay, I understand if you're like, don't drive a car, you have to walk. Maybe you don't want to carry your glass bottle, but if you're driving a car, so you're not carrying it with you, just get a huge glass bottle and that's your water bottle. That's it, you know, no money required. And I understand that most people want to switch to their own bottles only if they can afford something as fancy as Hydroflux or Clean Canteen and stuff like that. And although I would say that this actually is a great purchase, like I had this bottle for 3 years and I don't regret any single dollar I paid for it, but you don't need to start with it. Like my first water bottle was just a whatever plastic or glass bottle I could reuse. So these are my 7 simple habits. I think I will continue these videos. Maybe I'll come up with other simple habits that make your life more green, your lifestyle more eco and sustainable, and doesn't require you to spend money, and sometimes even makes you save money. For example, if you start using your own water instead of buying bottle, or start buying secondhand. And if there are more videos on this topic, they will be linked down below, and also somewhere here I will like link up the playlist for other. So if you watch this video and the date of publishing this video is quite old, there is probably a chance that there are other habits. So don't forget to check the description box. And also, if you're not signed up to my channel yet, please sign up. And if you have any questions or any suggestions for the topics I should discuss, please leave them in the comment. I would love to share with you my knowledge, or even do specific research if lots of people ask me to research a topic. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, thumbs up, that would be nice. If you didn't like it, do like this. I will not be offended. That's your choice and your way to show me that my video sucked if it did. And see you in my next video. Bye bye.